Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Evan and the Detroit Pistons regular season is officially underway. The team fell to the Bulls in a grind out game. Despite the loss, the Pistons showed why they should be taken seriously. With all that said, let's begin. The Pistons and Bulls knew Ben Wallace and Rip Hamilton would be at the game, so they played some old school basketball. Both teams showed that defense will be their calling cards. Ultimately, the Pistons' inability to hit shots and costly turnovers lost them the game. Once Cade comes back, the offense should get better. Until then, the Pistons have to rely on their elite defense. Saddiq Bey was in his bag. I almost did a lap around the neighborhood when he pulled off that Euro step. Bulls didn't see it coming, and to be honest, no one did. Saddiq was a clear-cut second option, got any shot he wanted yesterday. Bey was abusing DeMar DeRozan most of the night. Another area where he shined was passing the basketball. He had some plays with Stu where they went pick and roll. Those two were just getting buckets from that set. Look to see more of those plays throughout the season. Saddiq finished with 13 points, 4 assists, and 9 rebounds. He outworked the Bulls front line, leading the team in rebounds. Outside of rebounding, Killian Hayes laid an egg. He went 0 of 6 from the field, but that wasn't the problem. What happened was Hayes only got 2 assists. To start the game, he was putting pressure on the defense, but as the game went on, Killian would pass to someone, then go stand in the corner. That made the Pistons' offense turn into one-on-one basketball, which became easy to guard. It got to the point where Alonzo Ball was leaving Killian open to double Grant or Saddiq. Killian finished with 2 assists and 5 rebounds. His defense was a positive this game. Having Hayes try and stop Zach would be an option on Saturday. Go-to Grant showed up first game, leading the team in scoring. Jeremy stopped the Bulls whenever they got momentum, and even with the limited amount of space, he was still able to score at a high rate. Only negative from Grant was late in game, he forced a fadeaway over a double team. There was enough time on the shot clock to find an open man. Other than that, he played great defense. Casey had Grant guard Zach, and he locked him down late in the game. Jeremy finished with 24 points, 2 assists, and 6 rebounds. The second unit wasn't as lethal as preseason, but the two bright spots were Hammy and Trey Lyles. They didn't score a ton, but were very active defensively. On top of that, they capitalized on the Bulls' turnovers. Diallo and Lyles combined for 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 steals. Nice production from this duo. The Pistons were awful from downtown, only connecting on 6 shots from that distance. Half of those came from Grant, so the rest of the team went 3 of 23 from behind the arc. I'll give some credit to the Bulls defense, but there were a lot of wide open misses. Credit goes to Kelly Olynyk for switching up his game once the threes weren't falling. But in the second half, the paint was clogged and we've seen a lot of tough shots attempted. Last player I wanted to talk about is Stu. He put the clamps on Nikola Vucevic. No easy shots were coming against Stu. Vucevic was frustrated throughout the game by that suffocating defense. It wasn't just their center Stu lockdown, the paint was secured whenever he was on the floor. On offense, Isaiah used his footwork to score inside. Stu finished with 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 block. In preseason, Stu's teammates weren't going to him. Looks like that got addressed as he finished with 9 shot attempts. Late game execution has to be discussed during next practice. At the end, it was just hero ball for 5 minutes. The Pistons defense will annoy most teams, especially with the new rule changes favoring defenders. The Bulls may have been okay with this type of game, but the other 29 teams may not. Next game, look for Killian and the shooters to bounce back. And that wraps up this video. The Pistons can get even against Chicago this Saturday. That will be the start of a 3-game road trip. Despite the loss, I was happy with the game. I knew the squad could hang with these top teams. Ladies and gentlemen, we gonna be alright. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos just like this one. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.